Oh my gosh, my interview starts in 5 minutes. I don't even have my suit on. Oh my gosh, I need to find 2 people to interview. 2 people. Where am I gonna look? The only place to look now is my time machine. Oh, George Washington! My interview, I don't even know how many minutes are left. Oh wait, time change. Hey, you, over there! What do you want? What? Touching me? Get in there! Take a seat. Oh my gosh, somebody pass me a suit! Yes. Hello, and welcome to the Homeless Show. Today we are back in 1929 with Miss Bobby. Any last name?
Rosenfeld.
With Miss Bobby Rosenfeld. She's here to tell us about her life, so please go on. Like, do you have any other name, middle name, last name, first name?
My first name is Fanny. Last name is Rosenfeld.
Is Bobby your middle name or just?
No, it's just a nickname. They gave me from sports.
Nice to meet you, Bobby. So please give us a little about your early life. What happened when you were a kid? Anything?
Yeah, I moved here when I was 3 years old in Canada from Russia. I was born in 1905. And I'm an all-around athlete. Competing in local basketball, hockey, softball, tennis.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Would you say it's more from men's sports?
No.
You okay with that?
Yes.
Of course.
Women can play any sport they want.
Of course. Do you have that on camera? Very good motivational speaker. So let's think. What are your accomplishments?
I won 220 yards Ontario Ladies Track and Field.
220. Let's get that somewhere. Everyone's throwing down. 220. Okay? Let's continue.
That's not it. I won 120.
120 more.
And long jump.
And long jump.
Yeah.
Isn't that a little too many awards for a girl?
No.
And so do you think that you've been in the record for most boys?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, yes, you will. Probably back in our time.
Yeah, in 1928, I got awarded Canada's half a century all-around athlete for females.
How do you feel about that? Being one of being the records for females all over Canada?
I feel proud actually. I represent many Canadians, like women that want to participate in athletics, and yeah, that's part of me.
Okay, so how do you feel that women have impacted, sports as a whole?
They have done a great impact on sports. They participated in many.
Give us a list, please. What kind of sports, for example?
Ice hockey for Canadians, yeah.
Have you been on that team?
Yeah, I was on the Canadian Olympic team for ice hockey.
Olympics?
Yeah.
Are you planning on going again?
No, I'm retired.
Oh, really?
How old are you?
What's your age?
Right now, I'm 35.
The increase of gender equality and how it's been changing over the years.
It was actually so much worse in the 18th century, but now in the 20th century and the 19th century, it's improving. It's really improving. Like society begins to adapt more to gender. They become used to females being part of the society, as much as men. We're almost equal now, but we're not quite there yet.
Do you feel there's still a few more things that you can fix to make it more equal between men and women?
I think I've done my part. Just become an athlete, a woman athlete that has excelled in all sports. So
do you think that'll affect gender equality?
That has affected gender equality in the past few years, as I won many medals and trophies in the Olympics and such.
Now, what do you feel, like when you think about the future, what do you imagine it will be like for like men and women?
I think it'll be a bright, great future if women continue to prove that they're equal to men in all different kinds of fields, sports, science, politics, everything.
Well, what did your family think when you told them you were one of the first women to do and like break a few records?
My family actually encouraged me. They were a major driving force in my life. They made me join the teams. They made me participate in sports. I want to thank them to who I am today for making me such a great athlete and person.
So how do you feel? You know, like when you was there any ever hate done against you, or any like discrimination because you were a girl? Have you ever seen any of that?
I haven't seen any of that, unfortunately, which is a great thing. As like as many women they get discriminated against. I wasn't. Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say to your friends and family?
I just want to thank them for standing by my side and making me such a great person, motivating many women, being able to do whatever they want, and hopefully that will affect gender equality throughout the century.
Okay, so here we are today with Miss Bobby Roosevelt. Please tune in again, and we'll have someone else called. After this commercial, I'll tell you who they are called. See you later on Homeless Show. Oh my gosh, another person. Where's everyone? Yes, you! Come on, let's go.
Why are you touching me? I'm yet to do.
Come on, let's go.
Yet to do. Filthy animal.
Where do you go?
Who do you think you are touching my shoulder?
Please.
What do you want?
Please. We're doing an interview, okay?
Stop touching me.
You'll get paid after. Please. Have a seat. Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Pierre Elliott Tudor.
Okay, please, so as you know, this is an interview called The Homeless Show, right? So right now it's 9 p.m. I know maybe like you're gonna go sleep now, but please, give us a little bit about yourself and like, you know.
Well, I personally don't think there's much that you don't know about me, but for the sake of your show, I'll tell you. I'm 15th Prime Minister of Canada, and I was born on October 18th, 1999 in Montreal, Quebec. So I have great pride in my identity. I am a French Canadian, but I also care for the English Canadian.
Cheers for the English. Very, very caring. So, what do you think? Like, give us a little bit about like your early life. When were you born?
Well, as I said, I was born in on October 18th, 1999 in Montreal, Canada. And I had a bleak childhood, I guess you could say, you know. And I guess that is what really propelled me to be the person that I am today. And
see, so French your first language?
yes, French was my first language.
Okay, so in English, please. No translators are here, so please tell us how you feel about gender. Like, have you seen it? Like, gender?
Personally, I mean, I know you're from a different time period, but
how do you know that?
I mean, I'm a very smart man, you know.
I see.
I'm a very smart man. I saw your time machine land.
Oh, really?
So, may you please repeat the question?
Okay, so the question is, you ready for this? Big question. I'm not sure you're on this board right now.
No, just say it. I'm a very smart man. Auditory skills.
Of course, no worry. How do you feel about gender issues in your, you know, time period?
Well, I'm not sure if you know this, but everyone knows how I feel about gender issues. I have been promoting gender equality ever since I became president. And my campaign, it lasted from 1968 to 1979. And in that time period, I did much to improve gender issues and to solve them. In fact, I was the one who elected the first woman parliament member, so you have to credit me for that.
Oh, sorry, just look at the color, you know.
And I actually implemented many laws that helped women, and actually I created a lot of job opportunities for women. And you know, basically women were able to do the same jobs as men.
Like exactly, no, like what, like was.
Yes, of course, with the exception of jobs like lifting and all that. That's not.
How about salary wise? Was the salary the same? Equal?
Yes, I tried my best to. Of course, society has an impact as well, but I tried to equal the salary as much.
So is this throughout Canada or only in your region?
No, of course. As I said earlier, I'm a French Canadian. I take pride in that, but I care also for the English Canadian.
Of course. Do you have anything else to say? Anything else for the viewers?
Yes. I want to say I'm the greatest Prime Minister of all time. Of course, there's no dispute.
Actually, I am the greatest Prime Minister. I'm William Lyon King.
Who do you think you are?
Get off me!
I do not condone violence.
Yeah, you still just did violence to me. This is considered violence. I don't know what country you are.
I am the greatest. I knew it even before I was.
I'm the greatest. Sit down right now. You freaking. You think you're the greatest, which you obviously isn't, because I'm the greatest. Please, explain to us why you're the greatest.
Look, it's not a secret from anybody. I am the greatest Prime Minister. I was the leader of the official opposition from 1979 to 1980. That's one for the complete year. And then I was the Prime Minister before that from 1968 to 1979. I significantly contributed.
What happened during those 2 times? Did you get fired for being the worst Prime Minister, or what happened in those 2 periods?
Please, if you have nothing good to say, please refrain from speaking.
Okay, continue.
I significantly contributed to race, ethnicity, and gender issues. I solved them. I like to think that I was the sole individual to solve these. If it wasn't for me, if there was no Pierre Elliott Trudeau, these problems would still exist in Canada. I appointed the first woman parliament member, which started it all. You give me credit for that or no?
I guess you should. But now, you're probably studying me.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. I don't know what your qualifications are. I mean, by the way you speak, I don't think you earned an education, or a formal education for that matter. But I went out of my way to get a law degree. And I used that knowledge to contribute to Canadian society as a whole. So, I don't think it's indisputable that I'm the greatest president of all time. And cameraman, you better agree.
Do you agree, cameraman? No, he says no. Okay.
I'll deal with you later.
I'll tell you the greatest Prime Minister, there's no violence allowed. Anyway, you probably studied me, because since you're from the future, you probably studied me when you were younger, and how great I was, of course.
Of course, you did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Everything
you did was you copied me.
Would you like me to speak about how I didn't copy you since I came before you? I'll speak about it right now. Cameraman, get ready for this. This is going to be the best talk of your life. Welcome back. I'm sorry for the interruption. Yes, I know there was a little conflict between me and Mr. Elliott Trudeau. But don't worry, that's all handled. He's out of the picture now. So now, as you heard, there's a recent conflict considering who's the best Prime Minister, me or him. So now I'm speaking to you about why I'm the best one. But also, I think I should start with talking about how gender issues were in my time, as everyone else talks about their time. So, I know there must have been a little confusion between the time periods. In my time period, I'm going to talk about right now, the 1940s, when I was in control. Okay, so when I was in control, there were so many women, getting more capabilities in sports, jobs. It was a really good time. For example, I remember this really good women's basketball team called Edmonton Grads. They won 93% of their championships and won 4 titles. I mean, they're really good. If we knew that women would be this good at sports, we should have let them, more access to these a long time ago. The inventor of basketball, Mr. James Naisworth, he even said himself that they're one of the finest teams there is in Canada. So now, as you can see, team sports, they became, they expanded more, they became more popular. There's a lot more women teams than there was before, because mainly it was all men teams, right? But the thing is, now that doctors are kind of getting concerned, they're saying that now women become more masculine doing sports, because women should be more at home. They shouldn't be able to exert their force too much, because it can cause emotional problems and dysfunctions. And we don't really believe that women can cope with that kind of excitement. So then we should talk about Miss Agnes McPhail. the first female member of parliament. Thanks to her, so many things were done. Without her, it would have been a really big problem because she did a lot of helpful work. I haven't met her myself, and I think that like without women's contribution, there would have been a problem. And also World War II. I mean, like that's happened recently, and women they got recruited into it because the thing is what happened. I promise you that there would be no conscription. Of course not, never again. Don't worry about it. But the thing is, we need more troops, and if we get any conscription, which might end up happening later on, I'll talk about that later. But we need more people to fight. We need more firefighters, more drivers, more, we need a lot more people. And like women are signing up for it really quickly, and we really need women. So I think we should recruit women, as in like for like doctors. Doctors, I think more is like I don't think the women can handle that kind of like pressure and like the blood and all that. So I think nurses, drivers, firefighters, and other like supportive roles. But the thing is, I don't want any woman to be, because obviously men are the superior race. I don't want any woman to be like careless and get killed and like fall into enemy fire. But as you can see, employment for women has grown really, really high in like the past few years for like World War II, and like a lot more women are feeling more like part of the group, part of like helping the world. The only problem now is that since they've been working in factories, they're not getting as much pay as men. The problem is that men are getting paid way more than women, and women are like rebelling against that. So, what I'm doing as your president is I'm going to make it more fair between men and women. I'm going to make it to the extent that women feel equal to men.